Good morning, guys. Hope it's not going to be a bit too busy because I'm standing right on the road. And basically today what I just wanted to do is show you our national tree. Now, this is not a prime, beautiful, majestic example of what our national tree in South Africa looks like, but this is our national tree. This is a street tree version, which means it's kind of like, sad to say, a homeless child. That's what happens when forest species get put out on the street, but if by themselves with no care. So they become stunted and all of that sort of thing. They don't really do as well as they should. But in this case here, this tree has been cared for. I mean, it's a relatively it's a far cry from the size and age, size and majesty that it should reach. But we're going to take a look at it, and the tree that we're talking about today is called Podocarpus latifolius, or Afrocarpus latifolius, as it is now known. It was Podocarpus, it is now Afrocarpus. There are 4 species in South Africa, of which this one here is the national tree in Knysna and the Garden Route region. You'll actually find Podocarpus or Afrocarpus falcatus. That's personally my favorite. It is absolutely exquisite. I'll try and show you what one of those look like. But today I'm going to basically show you a male and female, since they are pines, believe it or not. They are all conifers in Africa. Very ancient species, and also very unique compared to other conifers. So this is our conifer, and they are sexes appear on 2 separate trees. So you have a male and a female tree. I've got both a male and a female tree, and I'm going to show you the difference. There is a species that looks very similar to this called Podocarpus elongatus, and that is called the Real Yellowwood, which looks similar but is different, and I will show you how it is different. And that's a truck going by right there. So let's take a look at the tree and get out of this so that I can show you. I've collected seed. I've since sown the seed. I've germinated the seed. I'm going to show you how I did that. Okay, so let's go. Yay. So this right here is the female. She is much smaller than the male, which is behind me right now. So right here you can actually see these are the developing fruit, and I'll show you what pictures of the actual matured fruit look like. This is going to take at least a year or 2 to come fully mature, to ripen. I believe that, look, text and books say 2 years. I've seen it. I believe that it actually ripens within a year. So I don't know what that's about. Here's a nice example. So it's got this fleshy bit at the base, and then those 2 things at the top. Those are the actual seeds that you would collect once this bottom part turns a purple color, and then the little seeds are fully ripe and they come off very easily. Then you'll know that it is ready to pick. So with this tree, you can actually see all the new growth on the tree. So for this season so far, this here, let's see if I can show you a better view. So from here, that's all old growth, and then all of this here is a new flush. Okay, so that's a new flush. This tree can get up to 40 to 50 meters in height. It really becomes massive if you give it time. The roots are not invasive. It is a very understated tree. It is our national tree. It is tree number 18 on the South African Indigenous tree list. Very beautiful thing. And also, how you would tell it apart from elongatus is, okay, so for those of you plant techies, basically, look, I'm just gonna explain it. You can't really see it from here, but basically the stomata, the breathing apparatus of the leaves, are on the upper surface, right? But they form along the margins. So if you had a microscope or a really good magnifying glass, you'd actually be able to see that along the outside here, and they've got lace on the underside. Okay, and then with respect to the male, a little easier to tell. So let's go take a look at the male. Okay, so this is the big boy. He is still quite small, but he's a lot bigger than his wife or partner, or yeah. And you can see that this one now has cones on it. And really the cones are these guys here. So on Podocarpus latifolius, the real yellowwood, this one here, you can see that the cones are born singularly. Yeah, there we go. They're born singularly on the tree. So there's a single cone. They appear in pairs, but for the most part they appear as one. So let's take a look at another example of the cones. So there's a cone that is just sort of about halfway. This is a male cone. Okay. And this tree was nearly logged to extinction in our country because it makes such good wood. Or it has such good wood, makes such good furniture. It was actually sadly used as railway sleepers for the railway line. I mean, can you believe that? That's pathetic. So it's just a really, really beautiful thing. As with all yellowwoods, it's got this characteristic flaky bark, which then, as it ages, it just sort of sloughs off its bark, and you can see down here. Yeah, the little flushes that I was telling you about. So that's the old growth back there, and then these are all the new shoots. So let's go take a look at the seed. I'll show you a picture of the seed, and then we'll sow some, and then fast forward to the germinated seed. Alrighty. So here I've got my tray. It's about, what, 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters. It's quite big. And so basically I'm just going to take some of the seeds, right, in no specific fashion. And I'm going to, let me just see if I can zoom in on that. I'm just going to place them first, just about maybe, what is that, like 3 centimeters apart? Like so. And what I am going to do is, I'm not going to put them in like complete rows. I'm going to kind of zigzag them. Whoops. Now you can see them sitting on the surface of the soil there. And now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to push them down just to cover them up. So I'll start with that one there. And I'll just push it down. Push it down. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Then I close like this. Now you don't see them anymore. Or barely. Barely. Okay. So all I do now is give them a nice firming down. And I am going to water them. And then I'll put them in out of direct sunlight. Okay, because remember it's a forest species. So it doesn't want absolute and unequivocal full sun. Not at this stage. It wants to be protected. So I'm going to just put it out of direct sunlight and wait. The finished product. So these guys were germinated in July. I think it was the 5th of July. Yeah. And they are now all ready to go. So you can still see some of them are just about finishing coming out of their seed pods. So here's one of the old seeds right there. Let me just see if I can pop that open right there, like that. Okay. The plant has completely climbed out of that. So these guys will now remain in this tray. I'm going to keep them in this tray for a little while longer until I see the new flush of growth beginning. And then once they've all flushed their first growth other than their seed energy, I will get some really tall bags and pop them into the bags, ready to go. And so yes, this is them. A little oversown, but that's okay. Yeah, guys, this is our Yellowwood in South Africa. If you like this tree, it is South Africa's national tree. Okay, very beautiful, very good to plant. Okay, so that's it. Very understated tree, absolutely stunning. If you ever hit the garden route, or even Cape Town, or anywhere along mostly the coastal region of South Africa, or just Google it and check what they actually look like when they're in their prime and in their habitat. Remember, this is a forest species, so go easy on it. Take care of it until it is well and truly established. It usually establishes inside a very protected environment. It is a Yellowwood, it is a hardwood. Its strategy in life is slow and steady. Okay, so that's how it goes with this tree. Guys, I hope you liked this episode, and if you did, please give us a thumbs up. Alternatively, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already, and hit the little bell notification at the bottom so that you get notified whenever I release an episode. Other than that, I'm gonna say thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.